competition, stay on a pivot. Who be watching, they be plotting. She so motherfucking independent. Mama be got on her grind. She had to get out her mama house. Daddy be tripping, now she be whipping. Ain't no more no granny couch.
Hi, 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 everybody. It's another day at Virtual High Point Furniture Market, and you are going to love the guest I have today. I have the Queen of Bling. Currently, I've been told I'm a queen in training, so I had to bring my little tiara with me as well. But I have Queen of Bling, Donna Moss on, and her business partner, from Home Design TV, which I'm very excited to find out more about. Josh Mills is also joining us. So, a little bonus treat that I didn't mention before because we just found out that he was able to join us. So, let's introduce you to Donna first and then bring on Josh. Hi, Donna.
Hello, cheers to you,
Oh,
Miss Queen in Training.
I'll do it with a
No.
fake cup. Cheers.
Well, you're not actually a queen in training. You are a queen in your own right.
Oh, I
But I
thank
had the bigger
you.
crown today, so.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Very well earned, which we discovered that you actually did compete in pageants as well. So you've earned that crown.
Well, I wouldn't say pageants. I competed in one pageant, but I was the oldest one in the pageant, and I was a Mrs. Texas pageant, and
I'm
I was
impressed.
I was 50, and it was so funny because all the girls kind of got in a group. The first night we met at the hotel and stuff, and one of them went, "Do you know there's a 50-year-old in the contest?" And I just kind of looked around and I said, "That would be me."
Aw. Like, gotcha.
Yeah, and I came in third, so
Oh, that's
I
amazing.
mean, I was against like 18 and 19-year-olds because I mean the qualifications were you just had to be married,
Oh, wow.
and
Okay.
it was a bathing suit competition, an evening gown. They asked the questions. It was a full-blown beauty pageant, and
Wow.
it's pretty. I was in really good shape back then. Oh
No, I was,
no, I lost my earring.
I'm so
I'm only
sorry.
half blinged. Ah!
I don't know. The crown makes up for all of it. But
Oh, when I lost a stone broke off.
oh, no. Well, while we're having a wardrobe malfunction, not a good segue at all for the man that I'm getting ready to bring in. Oh, actually, I lost him for a second, so maybe we'll get back to Josh. Well, we'll go ahead and talk a little bit more about you and what you have going on. So, how's everything going for you right now with the stay order?
Yes, well, here in Texas, in the town that I'm in, it's not. They're not as strict as other parts of the country, so that's been good. And we have a commercial real estate development company, so we build shopping centers and sometimes custom homes and things like that. So we are an essential business, so we're able to go to the office every day. But the best thing is I get to hang out with my grandkids a lot too. So
Oh, that's great. Well, Josh is back on, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring him
yay!
in, and we'll find out how's everything going for you, Josh. Hi,
Well,
welcome.
I think I might have just helped you out with your beta test. So I think when there's two of us live at once,
Yeah.
before you click the button, the other person has to come in. Because if not, I was locked out. So
Oh,
I just basically closed the app and came back in. So I'm back. So now I can see you,
sounds
Donna.
good.
I'm
Oh,
good. Thanks for
well
having me
then.
on.
Ah.
No, thanks for being a part of the show today. I'm so excited to learn more about the network you guys have together, or I guess TV channel. Well, actually, you guys explain it. Tell me more about home design television. I've heard so much from the hosts, but not from the actual creators and developers. So I'm excited to find out what got you guys into it, what made you start it, the whole gamut.
You want me to go, Donna? Or?
Yeah, go ahead and tell your side, and then we'll make sure it all meshes.
Yeah, right. So, well, good news is nobody else was in the room, so we can say whatever we want.
Oh, that's true.
We can make this up as we go and make it real exciting.
Just
Well,
the
make it as
three of us.
dramatic as possible.
So Dawn and I have like a really interesting background because it was, I born and raised in Texas, and so was Donna. But I've lived on the East Coast for
No,
3 years, and I
I
was on
was
the West.
born and raised in Indiana.
Oh, that's right. You were born and raised in
Oh,
Indiana.
I just got here as quick as I could.
That's right. That's correct.
well,
But
I'm sure you fit right in too.
yeah, so being in both real estate and entertainment, it was like kind of a perfect mesh over time. So I worked in I say show business, film and television out in Los Angeles for about 11 years, and But I think it was in 2016 when I came back to Texas.
Okay.
And when I moved my production company back here, I found myself getting more and more heavily involved in the real estate market and wound up realizing that a lot of the turnkey production work that my company was getting revolved around HGTV style home renovations, pilots, that kind of thing. And Donna was one of the first individuals that contacted me, and we went out and shot a show. At the time, it was called Bling It On, right?
I think
That was the
so.
name.
Yeah. Well,
That's what was listed on your IMDb, I will admit it.
Yes.
really? Oh my
It was
gosh.
with Donna. The picture I originally used for the promo, that picture was the cover.
Oh,
I was
how
like,
funny.
what a coincidence.
The Bling It
I'll
On.
have to.
Yeah,
I'll have to update it.
You're right. But that was fun. So we did pump out a pretty phenomenally. I'm going to say that it was, considering it was supposed to only be a pilot, it turned into a whole project because the project that Donna had undertaken with Traditional Home was big. You know, she was doing this massive renovation on a show home, and so we just got a little bit more excited, a little bit more involved, and wound up shooting basically several little episodes. And we kind of went to work together and decided we were going to pitch it out to some networks and whatnot. And we kind of went through the traditional knocking on doors and pulling on people's coattails of friends that we have to open up some doors at various networks. And we did get offered a deal, and I guess I'm going to keep it really short. At the end of the day, we weren't happy with the terms of the deal, and that was kind of the.
I'm like, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to make some money.
right.
Yes,
Right.
we would have actually, had we have taken this deal, we probably would have actually lost money. We would have actually
Oh,
spent
wow.
money to produce these episodes, which everyone spends money to produce episodes. But I'm saying there was no tit for tat, and that's the
Okay.
whole thing. If we're going to provide you content, you're going to make money X. Well, we all work, and I mean, we might love the show, it might be a passion, but at the same time, you got to make some money doing it. So, long story short, that was really kind of the moment behind the motivation, where we're like, all these people in the design business, and I know these people in the production business, and I was like, what's keeping us from being able to just come together and do this ourselves? So
Right.
it's been about 18 months that we've been in development, 17 months. And
Which is not really a long time when you
No,
think
that's
about
really
it.
quick. Yeah.
When you're developing a whole network and trying to develop shows at the same time, I mean, it takes a village and it takes a little bit of time. But we're close. We're very close to
Okay.
launching.
world
Well,
pandemics don't really help very often. They don't
yeah.
seem to help out much either.
Well,
Especially
I
when all the
mean,
editors are in LA and they're like really shut down.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
yeah.
Well, I mean, I
So
know a lot of people are probably working from home, but I don't know how you would be able to do that with them. Yeah, it's kind of hard to get good quality content shipped through just the internet and having
yeah.
all those tools at home to do all the editing as well. I don't know many editors that could afford it.
Yeah.
Well,
They would probably do that as well.
these editors were actually locked out of the studio because
Okay.
they had just spent about $100,000
Oh,
redoing their intranet. So it's not an internet. It's an internal system with an internal server because it's safer that way. And they're working with a
right.
bunch of studio contracts, so they're just trying to be extra careful. So our business partner Jeff Murphy of Quest Pacifica, he went out and spent this large amount of money to kind of restructure the technology of his post house. And then Corona hit, and nobody could go back in the office. But the problem is, since they just created an internal server, everyone was locked out. So yeah, they weren't able to work for a while, but they figured it out, and they're back in the saddle and they're cranking. But you're right, they're all working from home now. They have to go pick up all their gear and bring it home.
Fingers crossed, because we're going to run out of content very soon, and new stuff would be greatly appreciated, especially about remodeling and redoing your home, because so many people are stuck in their house right now and trying
That's
to
all they're
like
thinking
plan.
about.
Yeah, like this
It's
couch
like,
wasn't as comfortable when I bought it, or
well,
they're spending so much more time at home.
yes. Well, this worked out really good for me because we had begun the remodel of our house. In fact,
Okay.
I'm in the guest house / pool house / soon to be my office that we've just, I mean, we're still working on it. The glass guy was here today and the plumber was here today. So I'm still remodeling this area, but everybody's thinking, what can I do while I'm sitting at home? But the thing about going back to home design television it's not just a television station or it's a web-based television station. So it's kind of
Okay.
like Netflix meets HGTV meets the Home Shopping Club. So
Oh,
you'll be
right.
able to purchase the furniture, the accessories, the lighting,
Oh,
whatever,
how cool.
the companies that we have partnerships with, and we'll download their catalogs, and you can click on, say, I don't know what's behind me, that piece of art, say you like that piece of art and it's in the
Right.
show, you can click on it and purchase it.
Oh, that's
While you're
brilliant.
watching the show, you don't even leave the screen. So that's the
That's really
concept
cool.
and I don't think anybody's doing this.
No one. Yeah, I
As
mean,
far as we know. And so that's another thing that's been, a little time consuming to get because we've got several partners in this, like Uttermost and Phillips Collection and a lot of these
love Philip's
companies.
collection.
I know, I do too. I do too. But what we're doing too is we're filming shows as we go. Right now, we're filming my show, which is called
Okay.
Best of Show. It's not Bling It On. It's Best of Show. And it's about these designers working together in the show, these big, beautiful show houses.
Well,
And
that's the one with Danny and Trish, right?
exactly.
Yes.
I was like, I've heard that name.
So Josh, she had Danny and Trish on. Was it yesterday?
They
Day
were
before.
Monday. No, wait, Tuesday. I'm sorry. I'm
So,
like, what
so day
is it
before.
today? Mhm.
Josh, Trish and Danny were on the show, and of course, they were just as crazy as.
They're so shy. I'm sure that show.
Oh my gosh. Like, it was so hard getting them to answer any questions for me. Like, they were so shy, so introverted. It was very difficult.
Yeah.
It was awkward to watch.
Oh my
really.
gosh. And no fun at all. Like, we didn't laugh not one
Nah.
time the entire
Nah.
time. It was a complete fest.
Which Trish wasn't, because so Josh, I introduced him to the interior design community. He had no idea what it was like. So of course I take him to Dallas Market. We filmed a lot there. Had never been with him to High Point, but I took him to, or did we go to High Point?
No, we went to K-Biz.
Okay.
Well, we went to
I
Las
haven't been to
Vegas.
K-Biz.
Yeah, so we did Las Vegas Market and K-Biz at Las Vegas Market. But I mentioned on the show day before yesterday, just because I was texting, I wasn't talking. But do you remember the pole dancing Trish did at the party?
Right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I remember.
I have a feeling your story might be a little different than the one I heard. So share.
Oh, no. That's a whole different show.
We'll do it off camera.
Well, we should have brought Joshua Colson in on this, one of our producers and cinematographers. Yeah.
Well, send him my information. I'd love to interview him as well. I like dealing with mainly entertainment for on my show, but of course, with living so close to High Point,
I've got the two best looking guys in the whole television industry that I'm partnering with on HGTV.
Oh, am I one of those?
Yes, Josh and Joshua.
I didn't know I was getting some accolades here today. Awesome.
Well,
wait, they're both how do you even keep that straight, Josh and Joshua?
Well, Joshua is about 6'9", looks like an NFL linebacker. So when you're standing next to me, you absolutely know who's who.
Got it. Josh 1 and Josh squared.
Yes, that's what he calls himself.
Really?
Yes.
Perfect. That's hilarious. He's got a good nickname then. Oh, Danny said Big Josh and Little Josh.
Who said that? Wait, who said that?
Danny, he's watching.
Hi, Danny.
Your fan club is here because even Rhonda says Donna is fabulous, honey.
Oh, thank you, Rhonda. Well, we haven't told any stories on anybody but Trish, so your secrets are safe with us.
I'm like, and they were very innocent.
Yeah, pole dancing is very, very innocent.
It was
that's
for the record. It was G-rated pole dancing.
It was.
Yes, no garments were removed.
It was not at a strip club. It was at a club for the market. The market center puts on these big parties. And so it's a market center party. So it was.
And it was part of a dare. So it wasn't like it was.
It was part of a dare.
Yeah.
And part of my husband's dare.
That's right.
That's right.
That's
Yes.
right.
Uh-oh, did you have a talking with him later? Don't get me in trouble. Have you watched Bombshell? You can't be asking my host to pole dance.
I haven't watched that, but I heard you guys talking about it the other day. I'm going to have to.
Good. I mean, I probably wouldn't have watched it if it wasn't for the fact I'm in Screen Actors Guild, so they send us all the screeners for the awards. And so I was like, well, it's got a lot of my favorite actresses in it. But at the same time, like, I don't want to be scared because at the time I was working at a radio station. But it's a great movie. It's a great show. I think for
Did you watch
women,
all of your screeners? All of them?
never. Never. Like, I'm like, maybe I'll watch them during this time. Still no.
No, they just keep coming and coming and coming. It's like there's like 60 hours worth of watch time, and then you're supposed to vote, and you're voting on the 5 that you actually watched.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out. So it's an
really good.
interactive show?
No, it was on, I think it was in the theaters. So I'm sure it's like on HBO or Stars by now.
Oh.
But it's really good with Charlize Theron and I'm blanking on the other girl's name, but it was really woman, excuse me. It was really good. But anyway, back to you guys.
Well, yeah,
High
and back to
Point Market.
HGTV,
Yes.
Home Design Television.
Yes.
So I told Trish and Danny on the show the other day, I told you that we'd have some news. And so the actual, you can go on the website and watch some of the shows right now. I don't know, do we have any with Trish and Danny yet, Josh?
You know what? I'd have to go look in the catalog. I know for a fact that they uploaded some clips with Trish and Danny. It's just whether or not they meta tagged it. See, one of the things that I'm in the last year and a half, not only have I've gone through a crash course with all of these design pros to understand the interior design industry and honestly to appreciate it a lot more and what you guys do. But I've also had to learn how to do a tech startup. You know, I mean, this is like, it's one thing if it's like film and editing or real estate, whatever. Hey, I got that. But I've had to sit on these, this new technology like Slack, for instance, with all these coders that are speaking a language that I don't understand.
Right.
Because essentially, even though this is, like she said, HGTV meets QVC, at the end
Meets
of the day,
Netflix.
at the end of the day, it really is a tech startup because, I mean, you're building this platform and there's all these layers and all these moving parts and a lot of stuff that I don't understand. So you've got to every time you upload something, you have to meta tag it. So if Danny and Trish are there, they might be just floating around somewhere there in the catalog or the database. But if someone's not actually taking the time to go in and tag them appropriately, you won't be able to find them. So, but yes, you can actually go to Home Design. It's actually app.homedesigntv.com right now. And our V4, which means our version 4 is up, but you're going to continue to see uploads and changes and changes and changes. But we have no issue with people going in and playing on it now. We love feedback. I don't care if you go on there and say, this is
Sorry,
terrible.
my ADD kicked in and I went to the website so I could make sure I could post the link to it. It's so cool.
Well, we really want people to go on it because we especially want designer profiles.
We want designer profiles and we want feedback.
Yes. So as we're continuing and finalizing, well, you know, we won't ever finalize anything, but as we continue, I mean, because we want to always be, you know, changing and updating and things. But as we're moving forward, we want designers' input because, I mean, once, you know, they see the website, they see the shows, they see the profiles, they can give us feedback and say, you know, we would love to see this or we would love to see that. So please go on the website, start watching it, and let us know what you think and what you'd love to see.
Now, what is your goal when you were first starting with Home Design TV? Was there a goal that you had that you kind of changed it to fit what's going on, not necessarily now with coronavirus, but just maybe made some adaptations from what you originally wanted it to be, or is it going exactly the way you wanted it?
Well, it's still the same. I mean, it's just going slower than what we'd hoped for, but it's still the same concept from the very, very beginning. We wanted a shoppable network because nobody else has it. Yeah. But we also wanted really good content, and we wanted designers to be able to put their profiles on it so people could get to know the designers and what they do. You know, it's kind of like a Yelp too, where someone in Houston might be looking for a designer and they can go to our website and go through the designer portfolios and say, oh, yeah, I like this one. I'm going to contact her, because it'll have their info, so they can cut their website, their phone number, and all that.
Oh, that's
So,
brilliant.
And watch them in action. I mean, if they're watching clips. So we
Right.
do want them to have the ability to upload profile videos, and if they happen to be in like one of our featured shows, again, the meta tagging comes in. You want to make sure that Danny gets tagged, because if he gets tagged, it also, that video auto populates into his profile. So if I'm John Smith wanting my house redone, and I click on, and I'm in Columbus, and I click on, I happen to be watching home design television, I'm looking at the project pros and the designers, and there's Danny who's in Columbus, I can then turn around and watch some of the banter between he
Right.
and Trish as they create amazing outdoor living.
well, the
That's
outdoor
awesome.
the outdoor living. Okay, so Best of Show. Right now, we've got 3 seasons.
Oh,
So
wow.
when Josh and I first got together, I called him up, and we had met through mutual friends and family, and so I knew he was in the film industry. And this is exactly how, I was on Design Star season 1,
On
but
HGTV,
on
right?
HGTV, but I didn't win. Whoever won got their own TV show. Well, 2 years later, because we had to sign a contract for 2 years, you can't do any TV. So 2 years later, I contacted a production company and I said, hey, I've got an idea for a TV show. We did a reel. We sent it to HGTV. They bought it, and that was Donna Decorates Dallas. So for 2 years,
Oh,
I filmed Donna Decorates Dallas. Well, that's when I contacted Josh. I knew he was in films and movies and television and everything, and I said, "I've got a great idea for. I'm doing this show house with Traditional Home magazine, and it was the first time they'd ever done a show house in Dallas. They had actually sought us out, had us come to the Hamptons and look at a show house that they were doing in the Hamptons, because they knew that we were builders as well as designers. So we could build a home and pull all the designers together. So we built a 10,000 square foot house for the Traditional Home show house here in Texas. Had, I don't know, do you remember how many designers? 26 designers?
A ton. Yeah,
wow.
it was over
Talk about a
20.
lot of cooks in the kitchen.
A
Yes.
lot, a
That's a
lot. So,
lot of designers in one house,
It got
and,
heated a
and
even at
couple of times,
10,000
I'm not
square
going to
feet.
lie.
I can imagine being very hairy in that situation.
Yeah.
so I said,
Oh,
I
wow.
don't know what we're going to film this for,
Mm,
but let's start filming it, because it's, designers together doing a house, and my husband's building the house, or my husband and I, and of course he's freaking out every day because somebody's doing something crazy, and we have to, at the end of the day, we have to sell this house. We own it. It's 10,000 square foot, 3.5 million. If it doesn't sell, so if somebody wants to paint purple walls in an entire room, we're not going to be able to sell it when the show house is over. So, there's always some kind of drama. And so Josh and Joshua came and started filming. And that's when, we kind of said, hey, let's, put this, bling it on together and see if we can sell it. Well, then the whole thing kind of started from Traditional Home magazine. Well, the next year I did another show house that we also filmed. And with this one, I had 13 designers, and it was also in Texas.
okay.
And then this past January at Las Vegas, during Las Vegas Market in KBiz, we did a third show house, another 10,000 square foot, very modern show house. But each show house is different. The first one had maybe 26 designers, the second one 13. First one's modern, the second one's a farmhouse, modern farmhouse. And the third one in Vegas, we decided to just have one other designer, and we work together as a team. So everything looks and feels different. So that's the concept of Best of Show. So, and we can take this all over the country. Anywhere that we want to do a show house, we have an opportunity to really do a really cool show with it. And that's what we're working on now. And Trish and Danny, now Danny's watching, but we would
Yeah.
love, our our thing is we would love to do a lot of shows, a lot of content for a lot of different designers. And we know Trish and Danny have that great, chemistry
Chemistry.
together.
Yeah, they're
And
amazing.
we've just got to, once this coronavirus, everything's over, just get our heads together and decide, what do we want to do? What do they want to do? How we can put it on the show, on the
Oh,
network.
I can't wait to see
Right,
all of
Josh?
this, especially that 10 million
Yes.
house. Sounds amazing. And Danny actually made a comment, 25 designers working together is like herding cats.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Like, also it sounds like, just from an outsider, kind of like the coolest fraternity sorority house ever at the same time. Like, just all the different things you guys would be talking about. I would be in awe. I love hanging out with designers, so that could just be me, but
Well, and seeing
yeah,
the
or
different
creative people.
creative natures of each one of them, because they each
Mhm.
have free reign to do what they want
Oh,
in the two houses that, and I've been doing show houses since 1995. I go
okay,
way back. So I love doing show houses. That's really how I got my start in interior design, is
okay.
by doing show houses. And back in 95, you did
Now
the
when you
whole
mean
house.
show houses, I just wanna make sure, you mean, like, the Parade of Homes type show houses? Like, what do you mean by show
Yes,
houses?
yeah,
Okay.
pretty much the Parade of Homes. Now Parade of Homes was like usually the Builders Association would put it
Okay.
on, so there wasn't necessarily a publication doing the show houses.
Mm,
Now
okay.
what you see is like the Traditional Home magazines, and I know Traditional Home is not really around anymore, but they put on a lot of show homes, and so not only did you
Okay.
get to do the show home, but you got featured in a national magazine at the
Oh,
same
nice.
time.
Yeah.
So I think Aspire does it, El Decor. I did a show house for Luxe magazine in Miami a couple years ago, a room in a show house.
Okay.
But so now you're seeing the magazines, working with the designers on doing these show houses all over the country, just because you get double exposure. You get to show what you love to do the way you want to do it. You're not working for anyone, no client, and so you can get as crazy as you want, or do whatever.
Right.
But so it's great exposure for
Now,
designers.
for anyone that happens to be watching that may be an interior designer that would love to come work for you or work on the home design TV, I'm saying it right, right? Home design,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
home design TV. How would they go about that process would they need to pitch a show to you guys directly or just start posting content onto the website? How does that all work as
You
well?
go. You explain that part of it, Josh.
We're obviously we're still continuing to work bugs out, but that function does work. They should be able to go to the website now. Literally, you do a free username and login, just like any other website. And then once you actually have access, on the left-hand side of the screen, I'm looking at my screen because I don't have this memorized. But you
All
click
right.
on the drop-down menu, and there is a little menu option that says become a designer or are you a designer or something in that respect, and you click on it and it takes you through a setup wizard. So you have the ability to put in all your contact information, your credentials, your bio, upload a headshot, and I'm pretty sure you have the ability to upload links. So if you maybe have something on YouTube that you want to feature already that's there, and we are going to make it similar to a YouTube without getting too crazy. We're not going to
That's
we're
a
not
lot
going
of
to start.
bandwidth. I
Yeah,
get it.
we're not crowding into their area, but we will make it to where they can upload specific clips and images, and then we'll always meta tag whoever that is. So if they happen to be in a show with us, even if it's just a 3-minute guest star where they pop in and say hello, we'll make sure that we tag them because it just creates a healthier profile when people are playing
What a
around on the site.
What a great idea and just a great way to build community, especially right now when everybody's home. It's a great opportunity to make that kind of content if they have access, I mean, in their own home to start making things. So designers, get on it. They're
Yes,
looking for
because
content.
if
Mhm.
you download your YouTube, and we get a lot of likes, if people love what you've downloaded, we'll be like, okay, let's work together and do a real show.
Mm,
So the more the more people follow you, the more we'll be able to help you create a show. And we actually have like a sponsorship deck that if you
nice.
want to do your own television show, you can follow the steps in this sponsorship package. And I
I'm
can't
gonna do
remember
that.
exactly what it is, but you
Yeah.
can get people to sponsor you. Say you do a lot of work with, say, Kohler, or Crossville Tile or whoever, and you go to them and you say, hey, would you like to sponsor me in a television show? And if they put up the money for it,
Well, and
who
we
knows?
work with those sponsors to like kind of
Yes.
we give them kind of the value add of why they would do it,
Oh,
and
nice.
a lot of the preliminary conversations have gone real well because the overhead isn't much. These obviously the designer's budget is the designer's budget on what they're actually, what the scope of work is,
Right.
but the
Okay.
production costs aren't bad at all.
Oh, that's great. I
Yeah.
know, like with well, I don't know this, but I'm assuming, and maybe you can fill this in. With HGTV, how did that work as far as budgeting? Because they would have crazy budgets for people and salaries that just were unrealistic for my short time watching, because I would
Are
just get so
you talking
frustrated.
about like for remodels that they would do, or
Yeah, or
for
even
the
like Love
actors
It
and
or
act?
List It, different
Yeah.
shows where it's just like, I make $500,000 making baskets and my budget is 3.5 million. You're like, what?
Of course,
So,
every show is so different. Like with our
right.
show, Donna Decorates Dallas, the
Okay.
homeowners were actually paying for their own makeovers.
Okay.
HGTV did not contribute any money for the makeovers whatsoever. They would pay me, and they would pay my daughters, Tiffany and Ashley, because we were the cast of the show. So
Got it.
we would get paid, but every once in a while, if there was like something that we really wanted to see done in a client's house and they couldn't afford it, either I would pay for it or sometime HGTV would pay for it. But
Okay.
they took care of us financially. They paid for the makeup people and the camera crews and all that stuff. And that's why when Josh and I started, talking to networks
Mhm.
and the money was just not there, I'm like, I know how hard it is. 2 years, 7 days a week, 18 hours a day for Donna Decorates Dallas. I never rested because when we weren't filming, which was 8 to 10 hours a day, 5 days a week, I was working on, because we didn't have ghost designers. A lot of shows like Love It or List It, almost all the shows have ghost designers. So somebody else is actually doing the design work, not the designers that
Ooh,
you.
yeah.
No, they don't. No,
Hillary, I'm so disappointed. No, I'm kidding.
I know. In fact, it's funny because when I was on Design Star, a couple of the contestants that were also on with me, they had worked as ghost designers
Oh,
for some television shows. And that's actually, I think, HGTV, and I won't name any names, but HGTV had seen them on, they were working as ghost designers. So they actually solicited them to come on the first season of Design Star because nobody knew what that was. I never watched TV, so I didn't even know what Design Star was. My sister in Florida had contacted me and she had seen something on the news. And so I put in my application, my video application. Well, I work for the airlines, or I
oh,
did.
okay.
Yeah, so I was able. I'm retired with American Airlines, so I always did my design business, but I always had my American Airlines flight passes. So I
Very
put
beneficial.
yeah. So when my sister had called me about trying out for Design Star, I called a friend of mine that's in the business. I said, let's put a video together really quick. And so we did. And I flew to New York and dropped off basically, it was a
Audition tape and everything?
audition tape. Yeah. So I just
Wow.
took it to the production company. I dropped it at their front desk and I left. Well, 2 days later, I got a call. We love this, but can you do another one and have it ready like here in our office? And I think it was a Saturday. And they said, we need it here by Monday. Put it
Oh,
in FedEx tomorrow.
yeah.
So again, I got it together really quick. I flew to New York and I actually went in and I said, look, I'm Donna Moss. Here's my audition tape. You need to hire me. I need to be on the show.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah. So next thing I know, I was on the show, but I forget why I was telling you all that.
No, I'm glad you did because that's great. I mean,
It's the
I didn't even get
champagne.
to ask what, like, how'd you get your start in
Oh,
HGTV, but this is brilliant. I had no
yeah.
idea. And so
So,
even Danny was like, ask Donna about flying her audition tape to New York City. And then you
oh,
said it. So
see, Danny,
you were
you
on the
and
right page.
I, oh my gosh.
You guys are very well in touch.
We are
Yeah.
attuned, like fine tooth,
Yeah.
fine tuned.
He actually, a fun fact, Danny actually flew in during a tornado that was coming through Dallas. He was flying in literally to DFW airport. And as
Wow.
soon as he landed on the tarmac, a tornado came through Dallas straight towards the airport. So like he's
Him and
actually
Trish
supposed,
both.
yeah,
Oh,
he's supposed to actually be in the house, like setting up. It was our last couple of days, right? And he's
Yeah.
hunkered down on the floor of DFW airport as a tornado flies by.
Oh, wow.
Poor Danny. Only
Oh my
Danny.
gosh.
Only Danny would that happen to. And so then I got in trouble because I knew they were coming in, and I guess there was miscommunication, and they thought I was going to have all their furniture shipped to the show house.
Oh, okay.
But I don't think they ever actually asked me to do it. And I never, I was working on my own rooms, because even though I was producing the show house, I was also doing rooms in the show house.
Okay.
And so I was working with, and trying to herd all the cats,
Yeah. Right.
And so Danny and Trish got there, and they're like, "Where's my furniture? Where's our furniture?"
Oh
I'm
no.
like, "I don't know."
They went to
So
they went to Dallas Market though and knocked it out like pros. I
they
mean, all
did.
of it. They had to go
I'm not
literally
even
pick out
surprised.
everything.
That's
They
impressive.
went to market. They went to Lowe. They were talking about their home goods experience on the show the other
Right?
day.
Yeah. Is that where the home goods started?
Yes, yes, yes.
99-cent
So,
store.
Oh, and I guess McDonald's, nonetheless.
oh, no, it's probably Whataburger. Danny only goes to Whataburger.
Okay.
Yes.
I was like, even my standards aren't that low. No offense if they want to sponsor the show. No, I'm kidding. Just kidding.
I
My
feel
kids never
half
had a
naked.
McDonald's
I keep
burger.
looking at myself thinking, "Where's my other earring?" I feel
Oh, well, honestly, your hair is covering it for the most part, so we wouldn't have seen
okay.
it even if you had it on.
Okay, good.
So,
As
just
long
saying,
as you can see the tiara, that's all that really matters, right?
honestly. But
Where's mine?
I know,
did you not get the
Josh.
memo? It's
Yeah, I thought you guys were gonna
bling.
FedEx one for the show.
Maybe next time when I get those airline tickets.
Yeah,
Well, I'm
they
always flying now, but
I told my husband today, I said, now is the time, because I can fly, since I'm retired with American
okay,
Airlines, I can fly anywhere, anytime, but it's standby.
okay.
Now is the perfect time. There's like 15 people on every plane. I could get in first class.
Yes,
That's what
exactly.
I'm hearing a lot, that either that's very few people, like 15, or you're the only one on the flight.
And that's kind of spooky.
I would say so. I don't remember like I'm an
Well,
Air
this
Force brat, and I don't remember ever being on an airplane with
Well, when I was a flight attendant, and
okay,
it worked out really good for me, because I would do my interior design during the week, and I'd always fly weekends. So, I could pretty much get whatever I wanted, because nobody wanted to fly weekends. But sometimes we would ferry a flight somewhere. So there'd be nobody on the plane. So maybe a city, maybe some flights got canceled, and you had to take a plane from Dallas to Detroit or whatever, because the
okay.
flight got canceled and there's people waiting. So we would just fly an empty plane. So that was kind of fun, because you didn't have to mess with the people.
Yeah, you can enjoy all the snacks by yourself.
So that's kind of what I'm sure the flight attendants are. They just feel like they're ferrying these flights back and forth.
Right.
But
Oh, how neat. I'm curious about that. So how else has just speaking of coronavirus and everything that's going on, how has your daily routine changed since all of this has happened? Have you redecorated your house, or for you, Josh, have you been making movies all around your house? Just what have you been doing to kind of stay within your craft and not, yeah, I'm
well,
serious.
Josh is trying to plan a wedding, which is, kind of.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah,
When's the wedding?
that kind of hit a brick wall with the pandemic. I think we're still moving forward, but I mean we're gonna have to get real creative, because we've had to take a knee for 6 weeks, and it's in July. It's right around the corner.
Oh, wow.
Hey,
Yeah.
I have a big lot next door to my house. We've had tons of parties. You could just get married
Pop a
right
tent.
there. Pop a
Yeah.
tent. That's what we did. We had a big, for my husband's 50th birthday party. We had tents. It was a Moroccan party.
Oh,
We had
fun.
Yeah, it was just the best time ever. But
Well,
yeah,
that
you
might
need
be
a
what we do. We might just do a really small, very like just 20 people family, and then do a party 6 months when everything starts to relax a little bit. Everybody feels safe, getting in big groups and having these kind of festivities. We'll probably rent someplace out and have a big party for friends and family down the line.
That
Well,
sounds like a good
Tiffany, my oldest daughter,
Mhm.
she eloped. I
Okay.
didn't even know she had a boyfriend.
Oh, awesome!
Wow.
Yeah, had no
Awkward.
no idea. So she goes and elopes with her boyfriend that she'd been dating a couple months, I guess. And they go to Las Vegas, and she calls me crying, "Mom, I just got married." I'm like, "What?" So anyway, since I wasn't invited to the wedding, I didn't get to go to the wedding. we had a big party for her next door in the lot next door. It was a Las Vegas themed
Oh,
wedding reception after the
There you go.
fact.
now I have a question. Are they still together?
They are. They've been
Perfect.
married
Great. I love hearing happy endings to those kinds
maybe
of stories.
15 years now.
Oh, wow. So when
Yeah.
they knew.
They maybe has it been 15 years? I don't know. It was his 30th birthday party. Maybe
Okay.
10 years. Maybe somewhere is
Still,
I don't know.
that's a good
Yeah.
amount of time.
They have 2 little kids. I have 6
Oh,
grandkids. So
oh, wow.
their children are spending the night with me tomorrow night. And Paul, if you're watching, I forgot to tell you, they are spending the night. They're 2 and 4.
Oh, fun. So what is
Yeah.
quarantine grandma like? Like, how does that
Well,
even, how do you entertain them?
Well, we're free spirits here, I guess you
Okay.
say. I go
I love
to,
that.
like, I had all 6 of them. And actually, Tiffany and Ashley and Becky. So I have my 6 grandkids are Madison, who's 11, her
Okay.
sister Blakely, who's 6, who will be 7 on Sunday, and then Palmer Tate, who's 2. Then
I
there's
love that
Tiffany's
name.
kids. I know she's such a cutie pie. So Tiffany's kids are 4 and 2, Huddy and Bryn, and
I
then
love all the names. Yeah.
Kyle, my youngest, has a 1.5-year-old. So we'll go to all the way to South Lake, Josh, because South Lake Town Center
Yeah.
has just this wonderful town center with fountains and nobody's there. So we'll get micasinas and we'll get mango margaritas and we'll go sit by the fountain and watch the kids play and just hang
Oh,
out.
fun.
That's
So we're
awesome.
Oh, that's
yes.
really awesome that you have something so close by to entertain them.
Yeah. So we do a little stuff like that, and they
I
come
feel
here
like
to
with
the
younger
house.
ages, it's harder to explain why we can't go places.
Yeah.
I'm lucky my daughter's 11, so she's like, "Sweet, I could just play on my iPad." Not exactly, but
Yes,
yeah.
well, that's all my 11-year-old granddaughter wants to do anyway. She's like, just let me go to my
Roblox.
room and play on my iPad.
Yep,
That's I'll be
Roblox,
happy.
that's the one.
Yeah,
Roblox, but it's cute because she FaceTimes her friends while she's playing it. So
Yeah.
they're role playing and talking to each other, whatever their character is. And there's times when I get distracted and I'm listening to them because they're so entertaining. 'Cause- But yeah, it's cute because she plays with her cousin, which she lives about 3 hours away. So they never get to play this much normally. And then one of her best friends that moved to Florida, she's able to stay in contact now because they're all home at the same time now, as opposed to different school hours and homework hours and all of that. Like,
they've got to be
I'm
loving
enjoying it
it. This is
a
such.
little bit, a
I
little
feel
bit.
really bad for the people that are graduating from high school and they
Oh
Oh,
miss their
that's
man.
the worst.
proms and their
Yeah,
Oh, that sucks.
graduations. That's
I think that's
heartbreaking.
the worst. I think that
Yeah.
and just anyone that's maybe going through any health issues that has to go to the
Mm,
hospital by themselves instead of having their support system with them. I think those are 2 groups that I
mm.
feel the worst for because it's like, oh,
Yeah.
how hard that must be to miss out on all of those things you've been looking forward to with, like, graduations and prom,
Well,
and
my housekeeper's daughter just
okay.
had a baby last week, 2 weeks ago,
Oh,
and she had to go to the hospital and have the baby all by herself.
Oh gee.
exactly. I'm like, there's just
Wow.
It just,
so tough.
it
I
is.
didn't even
It's,
think about with having babies, I didn't know they were doing that as well. I thought it was just if they were, like, for cancer treatment or things like that, but wow.
mm.
Well, any advice you would give, I guess, for people who are maybe having a tougher time that has helped you through all of this that you could share?
Gosh, I don't
Other
know. I
people
mean, I know there's,
The service industry, they're just getting
yeah.
crushed. A lot of these little craft service places that are opening up here around Fort Worth and Dallas that you're all excited about as the whole, as the spring approaches. A lot of them
Mhm.
aren't going to reopen. They
Mm.
just like, I mean, it's just, and it's sad. I've got buddies of mine that are in the restaurant business, and a
Oh,
couple of them just opened a brand new spot over here called the Moon. And thank goodness, a lot of locals are kind of like rallying together to go out there and purchase to go food. And I know that
Oh, we
Governor
do it
Greg Abbott
every
came
night.
over. Yeah, and Abbott actually, our governor here actually came forward and said, look, if you have a liquor license and you have the ability to make mixed drinks in your establishment, I will allow you guys to serve those with to-go orders, which normally you don't do. I can't
Oh,
say I'm
right.
gonna,
They're all doing it here. I
and
mean,
they're
I've
doing
done
it to get
that.
the
I
bartenders
think
back
they're
to work.
doing that. I don't know if they're doing that here, but I know they were buying back alcohol here, but maybe they're doing
No,
it as
like
well. I don't know.
here, like Papados, they have a drink called Dirty Dirty.
Mm.
It's not like a dirty martini. It's a fruity drink. It's
Oh, okay.
so good. And Mi Casinas has their margaritas.
But
All
yeah,
the
it gets all the bartenders back to work.
yeah,
Yeah.
And I've been so bad. Okay, so my hairdresser 2 weeks ago came over and did my hair, colored it, cut Paul's hair, cut my son's hair, cut my grandson's hair. I had my nail girls come and do my nails.
I've
But
got a hair person coming on Monday.
Ah,
but I heard
see,
I
I
heard
need.
they're
Yeah.
opening the hair salons on Friday.
Right.
Oh,
Well,
this next Friday?
I think here
I
here locally. I don't,
okay. I don't know how it's going nationally. The rollouts. Like, I want to wait. And for me, my daughter is she's in the high risk category, and so I for myself, it's just like
yeah.
I want to go do these things, but
Yeah.
if I could
No,
possibly
if
bring
if
back
you're
to her,
high risk
yeah,
or, if you're high risk or anything like that, stay home. Stay
yeah,
home.
absolutely.
But, I kind of feel like your mental health is important
It's
too,
very much
and touching and well, Paul and I have been walking like either in the morning or at night or sometimes both. I have met neighbors I did not even know I had, but I
yeah.
forget that we're supposed to stay 6 feet apart. So I go, I almost in their face, like, oh hi, you're.
I mean,
Paul's
because
like,
you're just so
Donna,
not used
stop
to
it.
seeing people again too, so you're just kinda like, "Oh." I get it, I get it. My mom and I, we haven't seen each other since this all started, and we normally saw each other at
Oh.
least once a week, and because we would work out together as well, and now I'm just kinda like, "Mm,
Well, we're
this is
having a
very
birthday
strange
party
at
for
first."
my
Oh, okay.
granddaughter. She's turning 7
Right, you were saying
on
Sunday.
Sunday, and so it's a drive-by party. So
Oh,
people will
fun.
drive by, throw their gifts out, and then of course the family all go inside and have a party. But the friends, they just throw the gifts on the lawn. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I guess maybe have
Yeah,
somebody with gloves that collect it from them or something,
yeah,
and
yeah,
mouth,
yeah.
and a mask on maybe. I don't know. That's interesting. I don't know how that would work. I know
Yeah.
my neighbor had for her 50th, they had a drive-by, but the drive-by ended up being a stop-by as well, and I was like, "I'm
Mm.
so glad we're just neighbors," 'cause it would be really hard for me not to stay 6 feet away, much like you said. I would be like,
I know.
"No, what
I
you doing? What you doing?"
forget.
Yeah.
It's like, hug me, come on. I'm a hugger. I'm not.
Take you back to the 1950s. But my production work has flatlined. My real
Okay,
estate is actually still very, very busy. And I
okay.
do not want to cut you guys short, but I actually
Oh.
have some clients that are in standby waiting. So,
Oh, no.
Oh,
Look, make money. And
yes.
yeah,
Well, we are so glad
sign
you
that
joined
check.
us,
No,
Josh.
thank
Thank
you
I'm
you.
glad.
so much for
Anything
Thank you for the
joining us.
invitation.
anything else you want to say about HGTV before we let you go?
Just that we're cranking, and please go and visit the site and log in, create a profile, give us your feedback. It's okay. We're not thin-skinned. We know it's going to take a little bit. Who's that just posted it? Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah, I was posting it, sorry, then I realized I was covering your faces, so I was like, "I'll do it later."
Yeah, that's just so. But yeah, you're going to see a million updates. You're going to see tons more footage uploaded over time. And what's just as important is the catalog. We're going to
Right.
keep those relationships going and filling up that catalog with products. So
That's exciting. Well, again, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Really appreciate it. It was so nice meeting you and to hear more about home design television. I will not hold you
good.
anymore. And Donna, I'll hold you for like just 2 more minutes, maybe?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm good. I'm
Thank you
good. I
so
have
much.
nothing
No, it's
else to
my
do. Bye,
pleasure.
Josh. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Good to see you. I haven't seen you in so long. I miss you.
I know. We'll get together
Oh,
soon.
And
like
really, if
probably
you
his
want
wedding. Oops.
it, yeah, I was going to say,
Sorry.
if he wants the lot next door, it's a half
Like,
an acre.
oh, well, you can have the wedding there too, and then it ends up being his home.
That's right. Well, I don't know if it ends
Whole
up
thing
being his
planned.
home, but
Oh, oh, were you, I was. Oh, sorry. I thought you meant the acre next to you was for sale. My bad.
well, we own the lot next door. It is
Okay.
for sale, but I
Yeah.
don't want to sell it because I like the privacy and the big trees and, you know, So,
Understandable.
but we have we've totally remodeled our house in the last year. And so the good thing about all this happening for me right now with the coronavirus, I've actually been able to focus on my own house because I haven't been able to get it designed, it decorated. It's
Not
been
distracted with other
remodeled, but
times.
so,
Yeah.
so this has given me time to sit back and actually I finished my dining room. I don't know if you saw my post of my dining room, my living room, and my bathroom.
I remember seeing Jennifer's yesterday, but I don't remember seeing yours. I'll
Yeah,
try to see if I can pull it up to see what
yeah.
you're
So
talking about.
so so Robin Barron and I can't remember his name. Anyway, they started this designer domains or something like that. And so they had tagged me for their first post. And so then I tagged Jennifer. Oh my gosh, Jennifer's post. I mean, her house was just fabulous. But anyway, so I just finished
Wolf Peak
those
is.
three.
I meant to ask her more about it yesterday because she posted the pictures of that, and I was just like, I want your staircase, I want your rugs, I want all the lamps. What? Yeah. So
I
clearly,
feel
you
I
see on
feel
your
so bad
website.
because she went to
I'm
Las
aware.
Vegas. We
Okay.
had our third show house that we
Mm.
filmed in Las Vegas in January, and Jennifer took the time to come to my show house grand opening. So
Aw,
I wanted to go to
friend.
Wolf Creek or
Wolf's
Wolf's
Peak.
Peak, Wolf Peak, and it was like right when the coronavirus hit. I was going to get on an airplane, but I'm really scared. I was going to go down and support her too. But at the end of the day, I said, I just can't make it.
No, I
But that
mean,
house
this
is
is insane.
fabulous. So fabulous.
I can't wait to see, and I can't wait to see how you finish your house now that you have all the time to devote to it. Are there any I guess trends or I don't like saying the word trends because I feel that's very temporary, but are there any looks that or themes that you're using this year on your home that you feel like other people need to use as well? Or like I'm trying to say trends, but
Well, as far as
it's more than that.
trends, or themes, my house went from very, very old world,
Okay.
dark, rich colors, jewel tones, but deep and rich colors to very light and open and modern. So I mean, I'm loving it because I feel like, especially now that I'm spending so much time at home, I'm enjoying, because right now I'm in the pool house, but I was watching the pool guy clean my pool a minute ago. And, I can actually see out, and it just kind of enhances your mood when you can bring the outdoors in and the indoors
I agree with
out.
that.
But, you always ask about trends or something, I forget what trends should stay.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I wanted to tell you because I'm just sending out the invitations for the designers because I love coffee table books.
Yeah.
I love, and those are trends that are timeless,
Yeah.
for coffee table books.
I
But
agree.
we're going to actually do a coffee table book, and it's going to be on the show houses. So it's the designers that want to participate. It'll be ready next year
Okay.
because it takes a while to get everything. But so season 1, season 2, season 3 of Best of Show will have a coffee table book. So be looking for that next year as well.
Absolutely. I have a feeling Santa might have to get me that.
Yes, well, that's
Maybe
really
I can
what
get it
we'd like.
autographed at High Point Furniture Market by all the designers too and make it
Well, and that's what I love about coffee table books
Mhm.
because, there's so much you can do with books, just books alone. And I wanted to show you something because you always ask about DIY stuff
Yes, that
too.
too, yes.
And while people are sitting at home, wanting to think, what can I do? Look at this. Okay, so before Hobby Lobby shut down, so I went and got these. They were on clearance. Okay,
Okay.
because I've made my two daughters, and now
I'm
I'm
gonna
getting ready
show
to
you
make
more.
my daughter-in-law these Bibles. Okay, so this is a Bible. I painted it gold,
Oh,
and I
wow.
and I blinged it out. You can do this. Things like this, picture frames, Bibles, any kind of book. You can go
Yeah.
to Goodwill. Of course, Goodwill's not open right now, but you can buy inexpensive books at Goodwill. Half Price Books has amazing books that you can use for your coffee table. But if you get coffee, like a friend of mine, Shayla Copus, she's got a book out right now, a coffee table book, and she signed it real sweet and everything for me. But those
Mhm.
are things that you can keep forever.
Yes.
Books are something that never ever
Big
go
fan
out
of
of
books.
style.
Yeah.
So always remember, you can layer things with books. You can paint books. You can decorate books. Books are timeless and trendy and never will go out of style.
I have to agree. Like, I
Just
can't get into
bling them up.
ebooks for anything, but I always blamed it on being dyslexic, but at the same time, because I needed it's really easy to lose your finger on a on a device, like, you know what, I'm just gonna go to Facebook instead. But needless to say, with books, it's really easy to keep up with your pages, and you feel more engaged, the smell of the book, like, opening up and looking at the beautiful pictures, like, in color, and just I'm a big fan of, coffee books. This room is my studio/spa room, but I have all my beautiful coffee books up here as well because I don't want anybody else touching them or risking my family members using them as coasters. So, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you got to put your special ones away
Yes.
from the kids. And I same way with 6 grandkids, and
Uh,
they're over here
Mine's my husband.
all the time.
Yeah.
We have to kind of be selective on what's out, but there's so many things that we can do right now where we're all hunkered down in our houses. In
Great one.
fact, I wanted to tell you one more thing.
I think even
Um,
I can do that one, so I love that one.
well,
It doesn't require painting the house,
here's
or a
another thing,
measuring
and
stick.
you can get called, Michael's, and I don't know if Hobby Lobbies is doing this, but
Yeah.
you can. It's this extra fine glitter, right?
Mhm.
I love glitter. Okay, so I've got this picture behind me.
Yeah.
It was very plain. I've actually bought 2 of them. Let me see if I can get the other one. Okay,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
so there were 2 identical pictures, and I did this the first week of the lockdown,
Okay.
basically. So I bought 2 inexpensive pictures at I can't even remember the store, Hobby Lobby or one of those. And I'm
Yeah.
like, because my guest house, I don't want to spend a whole lot of money on it, but I did want to get it fixed up. And so I painted them. I bought paint, I bought glitter. These things are full of gold and silver glitter, and they just sparkle. And you spend a lot of money nowadays. Like Left Bank Art has tons of art with
Okay.
glitter in it. You can do it yourself. You just mix it with either glue or paint or whatever, and you can add it to your pictures. And I know you can't tell right now, but these just like pop with glitter. So when you're sitting home alone, at your house, if you can order some glitter and some paint, redo your
How do
pictures,
people
things
not
like
have
that.
glitter? Like, I, like, have glitter everywhere.
Me
I keep glitter,
too.
but maybe because I have a daughter as well, and we do a lot of arts and crafts stuff, but I'm like, we have glitter in every color. I got one of those kits from Target, I think, where it had little test not test
Oh,
they're bigger than
yes.
that, but they had, like, a range of them. And then I got it for her and then realized, "Wait, mommy needs her own." But, yeah, I mean, I love some glitter, so that's
Yeah.
2 things I can do. I love it.
Well, with the books, if you decide you want to do your book, let me just show you. Around the edges,
Okay.
you just line it with these big crystal strands, like I get at Hobby Lobby,
Yeah.
and just put tons of like just old jewelry, just anything you could find to make a sparkle. You can, when things get back to normal, you can go to garage sales and get
Thinking
stuff.
that maybe because
But
I don't I mean, I don't wanna get sad, but my grandmother passed this past January, and she was known for all of her bling and jewelry. I think it would be just so nice even for people to kinda memorialize family members maybe by doing that on different books
yes,
that represent them. So when you
yes.
because like, that immediately is like, "Oh, that would be a great thing to do to kind of do a little something for my grandmother," because
Yeah, because especially if things that you wouldn't wear
right.
normally,
A
but
lot of
you
her
can
jewelry I would
add
not.
it to her favorite book, or like I did with the Bibles and
It would be a
things
Bible,
like
right?
that. It gives it it makes it more special. You hear, but one thing a lot of people do, like when their family members pass away or whatever, they take their clothes and make quilts with them. There's
Right. I've seen that with the
uh,
dad shirts even, they'll do that, or
yes.
pillows and things, and that's
So
really neat.
So
Neat.
there's things you can do. You know, I think one thing about the coronavirus and all this, I think you're going to see we're going to lose a lot of small businesses. There's no doubt there. But I think you're going to find people are finding other ways to be creative and make money through that. So
Right. I mean, my
it's
mom's making masks now. I'm like, what is
yes.
life? And she's loving it. She's enjoying it. Like, I rarely ever talk to her because she's always sewing now. I'm like, wait,
Well,
what
it's
just
funny.
happened?
It's funny because Hobby Lobby was one of the last stores. They were able to stay open a little bit longer
Okay.
because they have stuff to make masks. So
Oh,
about
right.
2.5 weeks ago, Tiffany, my oldest daughter, the one that eloped, she's like, "Mom, I'm going to go get a bunch of fabric and we're going to make masks." And I'm like, because I'm the only one with a sewing machine, and I'm
Right.
like, "We," meaning like me.
Basically,
So,
basically.
so she texted me today. She said, "Mom, I'm coming over Sunday. We're making masks." I'm like,
That'll be fun.
whatever.
You're like, wait, but that's somebody's, I forget which granddaughter's name,
It
but it's her birthday
yes,
too. So
it's the
sewing birthday
drive-through.
party.
Yes, yeah.
That's your crafts for the party. We're gonna all make masks, yay, and bling them out. Oh, I'm waiting for someone to make a really blinged out one, 'cause my mom asked me, "Well, what would you want next?" I'm like, "Something really blinged out or just obnoxious?" Or just for the fun of it. Like, 'cause I don't see that many people now, so when I do, I don't know, it'd be
Well,
way
I
to be
think one
entertaining
thing with
as
the
hell.
masks, though, I think people for quite a while are gonna, you know, not everybody. I probably only worn a mask twice, but because I'm still, you know, I'm still working on my floral line. As you know, the good thing is, like Shane with the botanical mix, who I have a floral line with.
Okay,
So
yeah, I
he
did see
has
those pictures.
duet.
I did see those pictures because I started following him, the
Oh, okay,
florals.
yes.
I remember that.
Yeah, so I have a line of florals with him, and so he's at the Dallas Market Center, so it's 30 minutes from my house. So we've been working on the floral line. Dallas is mandatory now that you wear a mask, and so I'll go to his showroom and have to put my mask on and stuff, and I've been taking some of the florals home, and we kind of long distance kind of say, okay, I love this idea, let's put this into the floral and change it up a bit. And so I've been able to work on that quite a bit since we've had a lot of downtime too. So that's nice. So I'll have a whole fresh new line of florals at the Botanical Mix when market opens, hopefully
Yeah,
June.
hopefully
June.
so. Now, just for all the viewers who might be watching who don't already follow you, where can they keep up with you? What, like, even, I already posted the website, so they know where to find the website, but what are all your usernames for them to follow?
Um, I'm totally computer illiterate a lot of times, but Donna Moss HGTV is both Instagram and Facebook. And then you could follow my Donna Moss page on Instagram too. Donna Moss Designs is my website. It's in the process of being revamped. So you can go to that. You can actually go to donnamossdesigns.com.
Okay.
And as soon as it is, well, it's up and running, but it's an old one. But you could actually watch every one of the Donna Decorates Dallas shows on the website. So if anybody followed the show way back then, because HGTV doesn't have them on their site anymore, I don't think, but you can watch all the episodes from my website.
Hey, you can catch up. Well, I'm
Yeah.
just going to go through some of these comments because I'm pretty sure they're more directed towards you. David Cohen says hi.
Oh, hi, David.
And
He's going to be on your show tomorrow.
he is David and
Awesome.
Sam. I can't wait. And so Danny Reese is, they were talking about cats. Okay, the designer cat.
Herding cats. Oh,
Yes, Danny
designer
Russo,
cats.
what would your cat name be?
Mine.
And yeah.
Mine would be Meow.
So Danny would be Vodka. Which is kind of a cute name for an animal, actually.
I love it.
I do too.
Wait. I want to name mine Champagne now.
My daughter and I wanted to name her dog after a character off of her favorite show, Flash. And every other week we'll see, because he's a white Maltese, we'll see something white, and then all of a sudden, like, ooh, we should have named him that. Ooh, Marshmallow. Ooh, like, Cisco, just let it go.
It is what it is.
Now, when you said champagne and vodka, I'm like, Cisco, let it go. So, but they're also saying Shane is so talented.
Oh,
David loves your floral line. It's gorgeous, Donna. And he hashtagged meow. I just realized my hair is messing up my hair. Oh well.
no.
When you have
Mine's
on
starting to
bangs,
cut
you have
into
to make
my.
sacrifices. Oh my gosh. I was gonna say mine's killing me. I was getting the worst headache. I don't like I don't think we give enough credit to beauty queens for wearing it for so long.
Oh, the things they go through. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Oh, you're the spray. You're the one that knows the spray, the foot spray.
Oh, no, no, no. Okay. So I was watching the show
Oh,
when
okay.
Danny was talking about I thought he said, who was on? Oh, I thought he was talking about Jennifer. But I loved the fact that whoever the designer was talking about spraying lidocaine or
Yeah.
lidocaine or what. So that's why I texted it. It wasn't me. I've never done that before,
Oh.
but I will be doing that.
Okay. I'm gonna. 'Cause I was
Yes.
like, wait, what's the
Yes.
brand? Where do I find it? Because I used to work. I actually used to be a sales rep for a company that only worked plastic surgeons and med spas. I know my lane. And it was like one of our products was a lidocaine, but it wasn't a spray, it was a cream. And I'm like, oh my gosh, all those
Oh.
days I walked around in heels trying to sell lidocaine and not once did I think it on my feet for work. And I had free boxes of it. I'm like, oh, but
Wow.
yeah, I used to
Wow.
sell LMX, which was what people would use before Botox or any injection. So I would watch sometimes they would, um, I would
Well,
get to watch all these different things. And now I'm like, I need all this stuff and I can't go get it, but whatever.
they put Botox in your feet so you
Mm.
can wear the high heels and it won't hurt.
Have you
You
done that?
No, but actually this earring, I always used to wear like the biggest. I mean, I still do, but my son, when he was a baby, ripped my earring out of my ear, so I had like the forked ear. So
Yeah.
so I've had to have it restitched up. The plastic surgeon getting it all back together.
Yeah.
But my person that does my Botox said you should put Botox in your earlobe because that'll strengthen it so it won't stretch out. And I'm like, if I'm going to do Botox, it's going to be in my face, not my earlobe.
Like, who cares if that has wrinkles? No, I'm kidding. But I
Oh,
realized it was for the strength of it. I did not know that. That mean funny
yeah,
enough,
your
that's
feet
how
and
my
your
mom
ears.
started her earring line because my aunt, she had her earrings like ripped through and she ended up having to have surgery to fix hers as well. But it was just from the weight of wearing jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
I think also like because she did do a lot of pageants. I think the costume jewelry also caused like a reaction that made that happen for her. But so my mom makes all of these with handmade paper, so they're super lightweight.
That is
They look
so
super, yeah.
cool. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh. I've got to
I'm,
find her. I've got to order from her.
I'm
But
just
yeah,
saying,
I try
yeah.
to be really good now because that's, when my earlobe had been, or the hole had been stretched out, stretched out, stretched out. And so when Kyle pulled it through, it was only hanging on by a thread. So it didn't even bleed or anything. I don't even
Oh
know if your
wow.
ears bleed. Maybe they do.
I'm
But
a little bit. Well, no, I don't even remember. I was gonna say I feel like my daughters did a little bit when she got her ears pierced, but it was so
yeah,
long
so
ago
did
I can't
most.
really remember.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh
Boy,
wow.
we've
Well,
talked about everything.
yes, we did. And thank you for all of those wonderful tips and sharing so much about the home design television. I cannot wait to watch it because I just realized how to do the screen sharing with my TV. So now I can watch websites on television, which has changed my life.
Yeah, so that's the
So
thing
it'll be
because you can
fun.
with the home design TV, you'll be able to watch it on your phone, you'll be able to watch it on your computer or your television if you download the app. And just realize right now it's baby,
Right,
it's
right.
a baby network.
Growing.
It's going to explode as soon as we can get everybody together and do what each, the editor has his, well, we've got a group of editors
Right.
and, we've got different people doing different things, but it's getting everybody together to do what they need to do. And as soon as we get it done, it's going to be fabulous.
Oh, I'm so excited
It's
for
just
you
a
guys.
baby network right now. It's not, I wouldn't, I guess I would call it a network, but it's still I was kind of watching some of the shows the other day and it's kind of all over the place, but you just have an open mind and
Yeah.
realize it's going to be
I mean,
fabulous
I
one day. I
looked at
promise
it.
you.
It does not look brand new. It looks really well done. And it's because I've been looking at a lot of websites with my new job that I gave myself. That when I'm researching different people, and sometimes the websites are like, let me guess, GoDaddy or whoever. Like after a while, you're like, okay, everybody has the same template. Got it. I'm not creating.
Yeah.
But with that, it like it moves different ways, and it's just you can tell designers are involved already because it's very
Yeah.
aesthetically pleasing and not just tech savvy
Yeah.
or yeah.
Well,
Oh,
well,
and some of the people are saying takes time to develop great things from David. And then Trish just jumped in and said, hi.
hi, Trish.
And I always say this to people, and I'm sure you've heard this saying before too, but what is it? Hard things make diamonds. So with time and with effort, it's going to be just like you, Queen of Bling. Your website is going to be a huge diamond in the design world, I'm sure. I'm so excited for you
No,
and
thank you.
for Josh. So thanks again for bringing him on as well.
Oh, you're welcome. He explains the tech stuff so much better than I do. So I'm like, and you know, he had no idea, like I said at the beginning, he had no idea what the design industry was like. Him and Josh. You've got to meet Joshua one of these days too.
Yeah, I
He's
would really prefer that. Yeah.
he's single and he's handsome. Well,
Well, I'm super
Josh is
married,
not
but
going to be single much longer, but
right.
Joshua still is, and they're both adorable. They're great guys. I love working with them. It's been a little over about 2 years now, I guess, since we've been working together as a team. And because Joshua is also one of the partners of the network,
Okay.
and it's fun. But Josh gets out there, and the girls just like, and the guys just like their jaws drop, and
Like you knew what you were doing. All the
yeah,
interior designers like,
not
hi,
necessarily
whatever
a
you want.
dumb, yeah, not a dumb blonde.
Oh, not at all. From Indiana.
Well, I was born in Michigan, raised
Oh,
in
okay.
Indiana, and then moved to Texas. I got married when I was 19. So my husband and I have been married 40 something years.
I was not going to ask, but wow, you do not look like you've been married 40 something years. And more
Yeah.
importantly,
Thank
that you
you.
got married at 19 and you guys are still together. I love hearing stuff like that. I love it. I'm a child of 2 divorces, so I love hearing love stories and people still together.
Well, my mother and father were both married before. We had a
Okay.
total of 10 kids growing, but only 6 of us lived together. My dad had been married and had 2 kids in California, had 2 other kids in Indiana, but there were 6 of us, kind of his, hers, and ours, that were raised together.
Oh, cute.
We were in a little bitty, teeny tiny 3-bedroom house, and it was insane, but it was such a fun insanity,
Great.
you know.
Well, Trish, who's also from Michigan, is like, I didn't know you were from Michigan. We're learning a lot today about Miss Moss
Yeah, I
or
was born
Mrs.
in Dearborn, Michigan.
Oh, wow. Wait, where do I know Dearborn, Michigan from? I
It's
don't know.
close to Detroit.
Okay. Oh, okay. The pharmaceutical company I worked for was from Ferndale,
Oh,
Michigan. So
oh,
we had our training in Troy, Michigan.
oh,
So
okay.
that's probably
Yeah,
why.
maybe
Yeah,
so.
only time
Yeah,
I've been to Michigan.
yeah.
Great malls. That's all I got.
I was very young.
Okay.
We were raised in South Bend, Indiana, where
Okay.
Notre Dame is. So it was right on the borderline of the Michigan state line.
Okay.
So I was like a mile away from Michigan, and Michigan had an 18-year. I mean, you could drink when you were 18, but Indiana was 21. So I
Uh,
spent a lot of time in Michigan.
we're learning a lot about you, Miss Moss. I'm almost scared to say like we're running out of time because let's see what else you'll say. Okay.
We'll save it for the next time.
Absolutely. Or hopefully market, whatever that is. I'll
Oh
be there
yes,
too.
I hope so. I hope it happens soon.
Hopefully so. Oh,
So
well, thanks again for being part of the E Spot. I
I
really
loved it.
appreciate it. You were awesome as always.
And you're awesome, and I can't wait to actually see you in person. I love that we can connect on the phone. This is something, we're also fortunate that we have the ability to do this,
Absolutely.
but there's nothing like in-person contact. I just want to hug you.
Same. Same. Well, definitely expect hugs the next time you see me, or hopefully
Yes,
the next time. All right. Well, we'll
yes.
talk soon. Thank you again for
Mwah.
being on the E Spot. have a great
And your nails look so good.
Okay, so I'm not a big nail person, but even though I went to nail school, I did it all. And
Oh my gosh, you have. What have
nothing
you not
bad
done?
about pink. Like it's just gonna clear your mood. And I was just like, I just was feeling in a rut yesterday and wanted to glam it up a little. So I was like, I'm gonna do my toes tomorrow. I got
That's
time.
one thing I haven't done yet is my toes, and they're pretty nasty looking right now. But I might do that tonight.
Yeah, I don't even want to look at them. I've been sitting so long that they're starting to swell. So
Wait, stand up. I want to see your shirt because I know you have a special guest
yeah,
tonight.
I do. Thanks for bringing it up. I'm having Stefan.
Oh my gosh,
I
that's so
can't
awesome.
wait. He's my
So,
best friend who's a drag queen, which funny enough, he's from Michigan too. He was born in
no
Detroit.
way. Everyone that's really
Or not born in
somebody
Detroit, but he was raised there. Yeah.
in Flint?
No,
you
in
say?
Detroit.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. I just
Yeah.
realized he was born in Ohio, but raised
Oh.
in Detroit.
Well, I'll try to watch that tonight too. It's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun. I'm excited about it, which I'm surprised I forgot to mention it, but I'm so excited with everything you had to say and the new network. I can't wait. That sounds like so much fun to even
Well,
make my own Pinterest list from.
so you need to think about a show maybe you might want to do on the network.
Oh, absolutely.
We would love that. You would be so fabulous.
Just say the day and I'm there. Yeah.
Okay, we'll send Josh and Josh to do the filming,
Oh, wow.
and you get to meet Josh and Joshua.
That sounds like a great plan, and my husband will love that. Give him some competition.
Yeah, all the men start sweating when Joshua comes in. They're like, "Oh no!" They get really tight with their wives at that point. You're not going to steal her away.
Well, in that case, yes, I'll bring him around because my husband's one of those things. I'm not worried. I'm not jealous. Why are you even telling me? Okay, never mind. Just making sure you knew. That would be great just to see him kind of be more like, oh wait,
Yeah.
possibly.
It's good to make him, a little bit nervous.
Why not? Got nothing else to do.
Not right now.
Again, thank you so much, Donna. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you taking the time to hang out with me today.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you for breaking up my day for my plumbers and my shower guys and everybody else that's been around here today.
Well, have a great party this weekend as well, and love you. And happy birthday to your granddaughter.
Thank you.
All right.
Love you. One more kiss for the road.
I'll take them all.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. How much fun. Another fun episode. I am like sweating from all the fun that I've been having because it's just been so much fun. And it does not stop. Another episode starts at 8 o'clock with Jeremy Austin, also known as Six, the drag queen. He's going to be on explaining his new show, telling a little bit about some of the behind the scenes that you can expect from the new show that starts tonight at 9 o'clock called We're Here. And I also have a very exciting contest, which I'm getting ready to post on Instagram. So you can go and like check out a little sneak peek that I'll give more details about at the 8 o'clock hour as well. So tune in tonight for a very special 1 hour special with Jeremy Austin. Can't wait. All right. I will see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. Awkward bye time.